Hey there, welcome to the video. Now let me ask you this. Have you ever thought about turning something as simple as a crossword puzzle into a consistent stream of passive income? If not, then stick around because today we're going to be diving into part 1 of a brand new series where I'm going to be sharing 5 best random crossword KDP niches that are not only super low in competition, but also packed with potential profits. I've done the digging, I've checked the stats, and I made sure that these niches are beginner friendly and primed for success. So if you've been looking for the perfect entry point into Amazon KDP, this is it. Now, before we get started, if you've ever felt overwhelmed about creating your first low or medium content book, I've got something that can help. My KDP Royalty Roadmap is a step-by-step guide to publishing your very first book without any prior experience. So if you want to check it out, I'll leave the link down below. Now, if this is your first time here, my name is Jeff, and this channel is all about becoming self-sufficient when it comes to making money online, whether it be through Amazon KDP or through any other online business. So if this sounds interesting to you, feel free to give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I release a new video. With that being said, let's get right to it. Now, the first niche we have for today is going to be the baby boomer crossword book. Now, the first thing that you're going to see is this purple bar on my screen. This is a tool called Titan's Quick View. It basically gives me a lot of information for KDP research. So it gives me things like a niche score, the total results, exact match, independently published, the average bestsellers ranks, reviews, as well as the price. Now, this is a free tool that you can download from the Chrome web store. So feel free to install this so you can follow along with the video. It is a very, very good tool. I use it in pretty much every video that I have. Now, to give you an idea what I look for successful niches, there's actually a couple things. It's really only 3 things. The first one has to do with competition. And so I'm looking for a niche or a keyword that is not so competitive. And so what I look for are search results that have about 1,000 or less, because this is going to tell me that it's not too competitive so that I might have a chance at getting my book ranked on the first page of Amazon so it can be seen and it can be sold. The second thing that I look for has to do with the demand. There's no point putting up books on Amazon if they're not going to be seen and people are not going to buy them. So in order for me to find demand, I'm looking for 3 or more KDP books that have a bestsellers rank of 300,000 or less, which is basically going to tell me that these books are selling at about 1 book per day, which means that there's demand, people are looking for it, and that's what I want to see. And then finally, number 3, I'm looking for a niche score that's provided by Titan's Quick View that basically validates all of the research that I'm doing, that has a score of at least 50. So back on Amazon, and the first thing that we're going to see with this niche is going to be the total results, 128. So that's well below that 1,000 or so that I'm looking for. So this is telling me that this niche in particular is not very competitive at all. But as we're going to see when we look through the first page of Amazon, there's going to be a lot of books here selling very well. There's going to be a lot of demand. And so if we hover over this book, this first one right here, we can see that under publisher, it says independently published, which is exactly what I want to see because it's telling me that this is a KDP book and it has a bestsellers rank of 4,114, which if we plug into a book sales calculator, we can see that's about 51 sales per day and an estimated 1,530 sales per month. Add that royalty calculator with all the information already filled in. That's about $351 per day in estimated royalties, which equals over $10,500 per month in estimated royalties. So we can see the potential of Amazon KDP here. If you hit a niche with just a simple book like this one right here, the potential it has to generate a lot of sales and a lot of royalties. If we scroll down some more, I like to stay away from sponsored products because this is where people are basically paying to get their books higher up on the search listing here. If we look at this one, 7,000 BSR, independently published with a price point of $14.99. So this is one that's going to be a very profitable book as well. We have another baby boomer crossword puzzle book right here, priced at $14.99 with a BSR of 35,000. So that's already 3 books that satisfy the demand part that I have. And these are books that are selling very, very well. But if we scroll down the rest of the first page, we can see some more books that are well below that 300,000. So this one, 150,000. Here's another one at 67,000. This one is at 262,000. And so we can see a lot of demand for this niche. And if we scroll all the way up, we can see a niche score of 54, which basically validates both of the step 1 and the steps 2 that we were just looking at, which is telling me that there's a lot of potential for profits here. And the fact that the competition is so low, this is going to be a great niche to get started in and hopefully make your first sale. Some more information here. We can see with the exact match, it says 0 out of 16. Which basically means that there are 0 books that are ranking for this keyword in their title. However, there are 14 books on the first page of Amazon, and the average bestsellers rank we can see right here at 514,000 with the average price of $11.04. Now, if we take a look at one of the samples, this is the interior of that book that we looked at, and we can see it's just a very generic crossword puzzle book. Here is the clues for the across. Here are the clues for the down. This is for a 1940s puzzle based on music. And then, as you can see, here's puzzle 1, and then you just fill it in. I have a video on how to create a crossword puzzle book from scratch. So if you want to watch that, I'm going to link the video down below. I'm also going to link it right on top right now so you can watch it after this video. But this is a very simple book to make. It doesn't take that much time. It's actually one of the easier books to make for KDP. And as you can see, the potential for profits is pretty incredible. The second niche that we have is going to be based on the rock music crossword puzzle book. This keyword is specifically rock music crossword puzzles. And as we can see, the search results, 154. Very low competition, only 2 out of 16 exact matches, 13 independently published books here, with the average bestsellers rank 809,000, the average price of $11.82, and right away we can see a niche score of 54. So if we go ahead and take a look at the first page, ignoring any of these sponsored products right here, we can see the first book, independently published with a bestsellers rank 18,000, which if we plug into the book sales calculator, we can see that's about $100 per day in estimated royalties and over $3,000 per month in estimated royalties from a very simple looking crossword book. Another one right here with a 42,000 BSR. So that's already 2 books doing well. And then another book right here at 95,000 BSR. So that's already 3 books. But if we keep scrolling down, we're probably going to see a lot more books. 228,000, 146,000. And so we see a lot of demand here as well, very low competition. So this is one that you can get into and hopefully make your first sale. Now let's take a look at the sample. As you can see, the cover is a very, very simple cover. Anyone can make this type of cover on a program like Canva. So this is not going to be an issue at all. And then if we look at the interior, well, very simple crossword puzzle interior. Here are the cross clues, the down clues, and then here is the puzzle. Once again, if you want to learn how to create a crossword puzzle from scratch, I'm going to leave a link down below for you to watch. So make sure to watch that right after this video. Now, this niche specifically with rock music, you can do eras of 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, and so on and so forth. And if we look at the first puzzle, we can see this one has a rock music fact on the bottom. And then with the puzzles itself, you can see it's just going to be a random assortment of clues based off of these genres of these eras right here. Now you could go about this another way. You can go by genres of music. There's a lot of different ways you can build this type of book. This one in particular just goes by eras, by years, by decades. And it's working well for them. 90 ratings, 4.3 out of 5. So this is the type of book that you can try to replicate with your own twist. Now, one of the things I like to look at are going to be customer reviews, because this is going to be a place where you can try to get an advantage or gain an advantage from your competitors. And so if you look through the customer reviews, you might see something here of a pattern with this book. One of the reviews that I read has to do with this one, lots of repetition. I was excited to buy this book because the description said it was not repetitive, but well, it is. So that's one of the things that you can think about when creating a book, is really to make sure that it does not repeat, because customers really don't like that. The next niche we have is the sports crossword puzzle book. So the first thing that we're going to notice is the total results given by Titan's Quick View is 1,686. That's a little bit high, but it's still a good enough number that you can create a book in this niche without having to resort to ads to try to get your book on the first page of Amazon. We can see right away the niche score is 80, so that's very high. The average bestsellers rank 466,000. There are 0 exact matches for this keyword in any of these books' titles, and there's 11 independently published books, and the average price point, $11.37. Now, if we take a scroll down the first page here, once again, staying away from these sponsored products, the first one's going to be this one right here. If I hover over it, it's not going to say independently published. So for me, I tend to just skip these ones. I'm really only looking for independently published books like this one. This sports crossword puzzles, independently published with a bestsellers rank of 358,000. That's a little bit higher than that 300,000 that I'm looking for, but this book is still selling very well. We have another book right here. It's not specifically for sports, but it is a crossword puzzle book for guys that includes the topic of sports. So this might be something that I look into. $14.99 with a BSR of 49,000. So that's very good. We have another one right here, football crossword puzzles with a BSR of 34,000. This one is just above at 425,000. This one, baseball crossword puzzles, 30,000 BSR. And then we have this golf crossword puzzle with a BSR of 19,161. When we plug that into the book sales calculator, we can see that's about $94 per day in estimated royalties, which equates to about $2,825 per month in estimated royalties. We can see it has a 4.3 out of 5 rating. 66% is 5-star. We can see overall it's a very good performing book with a price point of $14.99. So to give you an idea, if we plug those numbers into this KDP royalty calculator, we can see the calculated royalties right here. Standard royalty, $6.73, which means for every book sold after Amazon fees, after printing costs, the royalty is going to be right here at $6.73. We can see the breakdown right here, $2.27 for printing costs, $5.99 for the Amazon fee. That's at a price point of $14.99. That is a very high royalty per book. Now, if we take a look at the A+ content, this is where publishers can add a little bit more information for their book. This is especially useful for the Amazon app as well as the mobile website, because those two don't include the sample option right here that the normal desktop version does. So it's very important that you actually think about creating A+ content for all your books so that you can give your customers more information, especially with how the interior looks like. So you can see the interiors right here, puzzle 1, and then very simple, like every single book in this niche, you're across and you're down. And as you can see, they actually show more of their books right here. They can actually take advantage of a module that will link all of their books so people can actually click on it and go to the listing. But they're not doing that, which is unfortunate, because they could be making extra sales just by doing something that's free. And so if you want to learn how to do that, go ahead and click at the top of this video. I'm going to link my A+ content video on how to create this so that you can watch it and implement this with your own listings. The next niche we have is the Bible crossword puzzle book. Now, the exact keyword I'm using is Bible crossword puzzles. This is a recommended search term on Amazon, which means people are actually searching this. And if we look right here, this volume, 3,600 searches per month. This is from Keywords Everywhere, a tool that I use. So it's basically telling me that people are actually searching for this exact keyword. So right then and there, I know there's already demand for this type of book. The only thing to do is to look through the first page to see if books are actually selling. Now, total results, 1,101. Very good, not so competitive. We can see exact matches, 18 out of 48, 21 independently published books. The average bestsellers rank 415,000, average price $8.94, and the niche score of 69, very high. So let's go ahead and look through the first page to see what type of demand there is for this book. Once again, I'm going to skip all of these sponsored products, go to the very first one that isn't. So I'm just going to hover over until I find one. So here's one right here, independently published with a bestsellers rank 81,000. So that's one book. We can see that this book makes about $14 per day in estimated royalties and $444 per month in estimated royalties, which is actually still pretty good, considering that you're going to be making dozens and dozens of crossword puzzles. So you're going to have books that make this type of income. But when you add it up at the end of the month, it can turn into something more significant. Another one, 165,000, that's 2 books. Another one right here, a little bit higher at 485,000. This one is at 160,000, 280,000, 197,000, 206,000, 230,000. If we look at the sample, so here is the cover, as we can see, a very simple cover with some floral design and 101 Bible scripture crosswords. And then if we go to one of the puzzles, so this is what it looks like right here. This is a more simple type of crossword puzzle, not as many clues. Here's another one right here. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 clues. But what I noticed is that it has a 4.0 rating, which it has 66% 5-star, but look, 3-star, 2-star, and 1-star. So I'm going to be interested in what these 3, 2, and 1 stars are actually saying. So customers enjoy the puzzle book and find it relaxing. They say it's a fun way to learn God's words. However, some customers have found discrepancies in the scriptures and incorrect Bible references. The book of Revelation is misspelled and there is no S at the end. So it's very important when you make this type of book in this niche that it has to be 100% correct, because your customers are going to know and they're going to find out and they're going to leave reviews just like this. Like this one says, scriptures are not right. They do not match the question number of spaces. Somewhat disappointed with the translations. So this is a great way to actually make a book in this niche. Look at what this book is doing and then improve upon it, because there's obviously errors within this book. And if you can do that, then you can possibly take away their customers and have them buying your book and becoming your customer. Now, the last niche we have for today is the easy large print crossword puzzles for seniors' dementia. Now, this niche is made specifically for seniors with dementia, so it's going to be large print books. Right away, niche score 51, so that passes my third step. Total results 1,139, so that passes my first step. And then 0 exact matches, independently published books, 10 books, and then 684,000 average BSR with a price point of $9.09. If we look down the first page here, we can see the first book is a little bit high at 485,000. This book right here, 111,000, so that's good. This book is 243,000 BSR. This one is 105,000, so that's already 3 books under 300,000 BSR, so that satisfies my second step. Now, if we take a look at this book right here, this is the 2025 Easy Crossword Puzzle Books for adults and seniors with solutions. #1 bestsellers badge right here. 4.9 out of 5 rating overall with a BSR 5,062, which if we plug into the book sales calculator, that's going to be about $87 per day in estimated royalties, which equals about $2,636 per month in estimated royalties. Once again, very, very lucrative niche. If we take a look at the sample, we're going to see this one's a little bit different. It's going to be large print, and you're going to see that everything else is the same. You have your across clues, your down clues, and then your puzzle. This one is going to be sized at 8.5 by 11 inches. And this one has a price point of $6.99, which is probably helping it achieve the bestsellers badge because it's not as expensive as other books, even though looking at the cover, it should be priced a little bit higher than $6.99. And if we look at the customer reviews, well, we can see that it's a bunch of 5 stars. And so this book is well put together and people seem to love it. So this is a great book to look at, to study, to replicate, see what they're doing right, and then just make a similar one with your own twist. Now, if you want to find more niches for crossword puzzles, one easy way to do this is by using Publisher Rocket. And what I like to do is use this reverse ASIN lookup. All you have to do is go to a listing, copy their ASIN or ISBN. So if we go back to this listing right here, let's go ahead and copy its ASIN, which you can actually get right down here. And then I'm going to copy this, bring it back into Publisher Rocket. Let's paste it and then hit Go Get 'em Rocket. And it's basically going to give you all of the keywords that this book has ranked for on Amazon. This is going to be a great way to find more niches because all you have to do is start clicking this magnifying glass and it's going to give you a lot of this information. Basically, average sales, left side. Searches per month is the middle column. Competition score is the right side. So you're looking for a balance between high average sales, green right here for the searches per month, and then green right here for the competition score. So once you find that combination, you can kind of look through more of these niches. For example, puzzle book with solution, very generic type of keyword. 1,439 average sales, and then 1,712 great number of searches, and then a 23 low competition score. So this is something that you could look into to use into your title, your subtitle, and those back-end keywords. And it's gonna basically give you an edge over your competitors because you're gonna be able to use keywords that books are already using and be able to use them for your own. And typically you're gonna find a lot of keywords with Publisher Rocket, sometimes only one page, but typically I see books that have 10 pages worth of keywords, and you can just pick and scroll and look through these keywords and then choose the ones that you think will work for your book. Once again, look for green and green, like these two right here, and you can either find more niches or you can find targeted keywords that's gonna work well for your title, your subtitle, and those back-end keywords. Now, if you wanna get Publisher Rocket for yourself, I'm gonna leave a link down below. Now, if you like this video and you want a part 2, let me know by smashing that like button and commenting down below, and I'll be sure to make a part 2. Also, don't forget about my KDP royalty roadmap. It's gonna help you create your first low content book on Amazon KDP. So if you wanna check that out, I'll leave the link down below. If you have any questions, let me know. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell, as well as follow me on all my socials at JeffSetLife. With that being said, thanks for watching. Bye for now.